What is up, you guys? This is All Day Day 1 on the PS4, and I'm going to be giving you a video on Nightcrawler's Omega Set combo build. So, let's go ahead and start off with this build. This is, just keep in mind, this is a teleport build. It's not a flourish or sword build or a mix of the two. It's just a straight teleport hand-to-hand build. So, for the first piece that I'm using Shards of the Sidorak. It gives you 25% base damage to movement powers. The full 5 piece of this is actually really good because you get stacks, the buff effect stacks that increases your movement power damage. So this, if you have a full 5 set piece, this would also no doubt be a very good full build or full set piece if you wanted to use it. Ilyana's Legacy is another really good one. I'm using 2 pieces of these. Ilyana's Legacy. You get +1 charges to teleport powers and then plus 25% damage to teleport powers. The reason why I'm saying this is also a good one to go with for a full 5 piece is because on the 5th set piece, you basically get 100% dodge rating for the 2 seconds from the next attack you receive within the 2 seconds. So I believe it's only from 1 hit. But if you basically dodge those hits and you're teleporting consistently, so you're dodging pretty much everything that enemies throw at you. The only problem is you just won't get out enough damage because you're only getting 50% increase in your teleport damage. And then for my gloves, obviously I have the Ilyana's Legacy again, and then I'm using Mark of the Iron Fist. The reason why I'm using the Mark of the Iron Fist is because especially the first piece is the one that's going to help you the most. It says when you use your signature power for the next 10 seconds, striking enemies with hand-to-hand powers regenerate 25% of your max spirit. So that means if you use your signature with him, all of your abilities that use resources that are that are hand-to-hand, which are pretty much all of your teleport abilities, will give you 25% of your max spirit back. So you will not have to focus on putting points into anything else except for your main attributes and whatnot. You don't need to focus on you don't even need a Relic of Gibram because this is gonna keep you sustained with your spirit. And then for my second piece, I have the second Iron Fist piece, which gives me 15% base damage to my hand-to-hand, which is increasing my damage output with my teleports because all the teleports are hand-to-hand. Then legendary item, I went with Savage Axe of Ares. You can either go with Savage Axe of Ares because the rank 2 does give you 1500 crit hit to movement powers, rank 1 750 to melee powers, and that's all of your teleports. And you also get the extra brutal damage and brutal strike. Rank 5 is whatever. And then you also have Hermes Wing Sandals. And what that does is if you have, it'll give you 1500 crit hit chance to movement powers, but also 3000 damage increase to movement powers, which is actually a lot of damage. You also get 100% movement speed, and the movement speed doesn't work in your actual movements. It's just regular, just moving around. And then you also get rank 5, which gives you +1 to your dash powers, which also counts as your teleports and whatnot. And then for my medallion, I'm using Juggernaut medallion. You can either go Juggernaut or Rhino. The thing about Rhino is it doesn't increase your damage output, but it lets you stagger your enemies, lets you stagger bosses, keeping them pretty much stun locked. If the enemy doesn't have crowd control immunity or anything, then you can do that. But with Juggernaut's medallion, every time you use your movement ability, you get 100 increase in your movement powers, and it stacks up to 1000 damage rating to movement powers. So that's gonna help you so much right there. And then I'm using Complete Relic of Asgard because I am a full melee build. I don't think he has any ranges anyways on his traits and his ability trees. I'm using Gem of Curse, Cargo's Rewrites, and Vulture's Cosmically Enhanced Mechanical Wings. I was actually using, I don't have it on me, but I was using the something backpack. It was a backpack that gave me resources back, but I mean, now that I'm not gonna need that anymore, I switched it with Gem of the Curse. Now for my skills, I'm just gonna go over my infinity points at first. Actually, I put points into fighting, 6 points into fighting, so I can get the 150 bonus, and then I put the rest into speed so I can get more base damage, and then the leftovers I put into my Deep Thought for spirit. I was thinking about switching that out, to be honest, with something else, probably like, I don't know, the signature damage or brutal damage or crit damage or even the health regen against all odds, because health regen is really good to have. But you would basically want to just put all your points into your main attributes if you can. If you can't, then I guess you can go ahead and put in anything else. But the main attributes are the ones you're gonna want to put it in first. Synergies, I went with Angela, Beast, Black Bolt, Black Panther, Black Widow, Daredevil, Hawkeye, Nightcrawler, Psylocke, and Squirrel Girl. Ultimate is only level 1, unfortunately. I'll just go over the talents real quick. So I'm using Surprise Attack, All-Switching, Infernal Brimstone, Everywhere at Once, and Carried Momentum. And then for my powers, I'm using Bamf, Bamf Bomb, Bamf Beatdown, Righteous Frenzy, Blink Strike, Flash and Grab, Brimstone Blitz, and Run Through. So originally I did use Swashbuckler Slash, but for me it was a little slow. It did pretty nice damage, but I just found that Bamf Beatdown was just a lot better, in my opinion. Although it does take spirit, but you'll see what I mean when it comes to not having to worry about your spirit. So, as you can see, all of my abilities are it uses up spirit. It kind of eats up the spirit pretty quick too, to be honest. And then when you use your signature, you're gonna start using all your abilities, and you can pretty much spam any of your teleports because it doesn't use any. I mean, it uses resources, but you're getting back more resources than you spend. And then by the time it ends, you'll pretty much have your signature back almost, or it'll be almost done, like a little less than half. And then you can pop it again, but before you even get halfway to your resource bar. So you have to make sure you do use your signature as much as you can whenever you're in combat. Especially when you're fighting bosses, you don't want to not use your signature because you want to make sure you have the resources for it. But that's pretty much it. The way I go with my rotation, though, I use Triangle, which is Righteous Frenzy. So I use that about 2 times, and then I use the either Bamf Bomb or Blink Strike. You can use one or the other. So what happens is, anytime you use Righteous Frenzy, it'll do damage to the enemies, but then if you use Blink Strike, it refills Righteous Frenzy. So that's why I use Righteous Frenzy twice, and then I'll use Blink Strike once, and then Bamf Bomb once, and then I'll use Righteous Frenzy again. And also another thing to keep in mind is when you use Run Through and you use Bamf Bomb, they do more damage when you're in stealth. So if you can go into stealth beforehand, that would definitely help out. I think the only stealth ability you have is Bamf. So just try to use Bamf, not a lot, but use it like every now and then or so. So that way you know when you use it, you can get that extra 200% damage from Bamf Bomb or the extra 100% from Run Through. And yeah, that's pretty much it with Nightcrawler and this little Omega build breakdown with his set. I'll just go over the whole set again real quick that I'm using. I'm using 1 piece of Shard of Sidorak, 2 pieces of Ileana's Legacy, and 2 pieces of Mark of the Iron Fist. And like I said before, you can go for full Shards of the Sidorak or go for full Ileana's Legacy. There's nothing wrong with it at all. You can, if you want to play it that way, then you can. But this combo set is what I found to be most effective for myself. Some others may not find this as effective, and some may find this really good. But yeah, that's pretty much it. If you liked the video or if it helped you out, go and leave a like, subscribe, and comment. If you have any questions or concerns, let me know down in the comment section or at my Twitter at alldayanyday1. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Have a good day, good night, and peace.